Yo, did you know Michael Jordan spent $61 million on a private jet? That's crazy expensive, but it's nothing compared to his $80 million yacht. We're counting down MJ's 15 most insane purchases, and trust me, that jet ain't even in the top 5. You won't believe what's number 1 on this list. 15. Jordan's secret golf course. Alright, let's talk about MJ's secret golf course, because this ain't your average putting green. We're talking about a full-on 18-hole paradise that Jordan built just for himself and his crew. Why? Because the GOAT of basketball got tired of waiting around on regular courses. See, Jordan's competitive streak didn't just disappear when he left the court. He wanted to play golf his way, fast and furious. So what does a billionaire do when he's annoyed? He drops millions to build his own course, that's what. This place is decked out with all the fancy stuff you can imagine. The golf carts? They're like rolling computers with GPS and touchscreens. You won't get lost on this course, that's for sure. And don't even get me started on the clubhouse. It's bigger than most people's entire houses. We're talking luxury on a whole other level. But here's the kicker. Nobody knows where this place is. It's like Area 51 for golf enthusiasts. Jordan's keeping it on the down low, only inviting his closest buddies and some lucky celebs to play. Imagine being one of the chosen few to tee off on MJ's personal playground. The course itself is a golfer's dream. Perfect greens, challenging holes, and not a slow player in sight. Jordan made sure every detail was just right. He's got practice areas that would make pro golfers jealous and bunkers that'll test even the best sand players. And get this, rumor has it that Jordan's got some special rules on his course. Like if you can beat him, you get some crazy prize. But good luck with that, because MJ's still as competitive as ever. He might not be dunking on the court anymore, but he's sinking putts like a boss. This golf course isn't just about luxury though, it's a smart business move too. Jordan can entertain high-rolling friends, make deals and network, all while playing his favorite game. It's like his own personal boardroom, but with better views and fresh air. 14. Jordan's $80 million yacht. Yo, let's talk about Jordan's floating palace, because this ain't your average boat. MJ's got a yacht that's so wild it'll make you wonder if he's planning to start an ocean league. This beast is called Mr. Terrible, but trust me, there's nothing terrible about it. Picture this, a 230-foot monster that's basically 2 basketball courts end to end. That's right, Jordan's taking his talents to the high seas and he's doing it in style. This $80 million beast is changing the game of luxury boating. But size ain't everything. This yacht's got more amenities than some small towns. We're talking 8 cabins so MJ can bring his whole crew along for the ride. And get this, there's a full-sized basketball court on board. Yeah, you heard that right. Jordan can practice his jumper while cruising through the Caribbean. It's like he took his love for the game and said, let's make it float. But that's not all. This floating mansion's got a gym, spa and movie theater too. Because why settle for just one luxury when you can have them all? It's like Jordan looked at a 5-star resort and thought, yeah, but can it move? Now you might be thinking, that's cool and all, but how much does it cost to keep this thing running? Well, hold on to your wallet because it's about to get wild. Jordan drops around $840,000 a week just to keep Mr. Terrible afloat. That's more than most people make in a year, but for MJ, it's just another day at sea. And you know Jordan ain't just cruising solo. He's been spotted partying on this yacht with celebs all over the world. It's like a floating VIP lounge, only way cooler and with better views. This $80 million sea monster proves that Jordan's living large on land and sea. It's not just a boat, it's a statement that says, yeah, I dominated the court and now I'm dominating the ocean too. 13. Jordan's $61 million private jet. Alright, let's talk about Jordan's sky-high luxury. If you thought his yacht was wild, wait till you see how MJ travels when he's not on water. This ain't just any private jet. It's a $61 million Gulfstream G550 that's basically a flying mansion with wings. You can spot this bad boy from miles away because it's decked out in the iconic Air Jordan elephant print. It's like Jordan saying, yeah, I'm here and I'm fly as hell. But the outside's nothing compared to what's inside. We're talking leather seats that'll make your living room couch look like a cardboard box and gold-plated fixtures that'll blind you if the sun hits them right. But MJ ain't just about looks. This jet's got some serious power under the hood. It can fly non-stop for 12 hours, perfect for when Jordan's got a jet across the globe for business deals or to check on his empire. And get this, the tail number is N236MJ. That's his jersey number, championships, and initials all rolled into one. Talk about a flex. Now you might think first class is fancy, but Jordan's taking it to a whole new level. This plane's got its own bedroom and shower. Yeah, you heard that right. MJ can catch some Z's or freshen up at 40,000 feet like it's no big deal. It's basically a flying 5-star hotel. Jordan uses this sky palace for everything. Heading to a game? Take the jet. Got a business meeting? Jet. Vacation? You better believe he's taking the jet. It's like having a personal teleporter, except way more luxurious. But all this luxury comes at a price. Maintaining this flying fortress and keeping it fueled up costs millions every year. But when you're Michael Jordan, that's just pocket change. It's all part of the billionaire lifestyle. This jet ain't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about doing it in style, comfort, and with a whole lot of swagger. It's the kind of ride that makes other celebs jealous and regular folks dream. But for Jordan, it's just another day in the life of a legend who's conquered not just the court, but the skies too. 12. Jordan's $29 million Chicago mansion. Alright, let's talk about Jordan's Chicago crib. This place is so massive it makes other mansions look like doll houses. We're talking 56,000 square feet of pure luxury. That's like 23 average-sized homes all rolled into one. MJ don't do anything small, and his house is no exception. This palace has got 9 bedrooms and 19 bathrooms. Yeah, you heard that right. 19 bathrooms. Guess MJ wanted to make sure his guests never had to wait in line. And when you pull up to this mega mansion, you can't miss those gates with a big number 23 on them, just in case anyone forgets who's the boss of this castle. But the real magic happens inside. Jordan's got a full-size basketball court right in his house. Because when you're the GOAT, you got to be able to practice your jump shot whenever the mood strikes. But basketball ain't Jordan's only game. He's got a putting green too, so he can work on his golf swing without even leaving home. And get this, there's a whole room just for cigars. It's got special ventilation and everything. Seems like MJ takes his stogie habit as seriously as he took his game. This place is so tricked out, it's like a resort built just for Jordan. But here's the kicker. This dream home's been on the market since 2012. Jordan's asking $29 million for it, but so far no one's stepped up to the plate. Turns out, when you customize a place this much, it's hard to find someone else who wants to live in your personal paradise. The story of this mansion goes way back. Jordan bought the land back in the day for $2.8 million. Then he dropped another $20 million building his dream home. But even for a guy who's used to breaking records, this house might be his biggest flex yet. It's not just a home, it's a statement. Every inch of this place screams Michael Jordan. From the basketball court to the cigar room, it's all about living large and doing things the MJ way. It's like he took his larger-than-life persona and turned it into a house. 11. Jordan's $12.80 million Florida mansion. Alright, let's talk about Jordan's Florida crib. This ain't just any beach house. We're talking about a $12.8 million mansion in Jupiter, Florida. MJ's got a taste for the finer things, and this place proves it. So picture this. You're rolling up to the Bears Club, a gated community so exclusive it makes Fort Knox look like a public park. This is where the GOAT decided to set up shop, right alongside other big shots like golf legend Jack Nicklaus. When you're Michael Jordan, you don't just live anywhere, you live where the cream of the crop hangs out. Now let's break down this insane pad. We're talking 11 bedrooms and 11.5 bathrooms. Yeah, you heard that right. Half a bathroom extra, because when you're worth billions, why not? This place is perfect for when MJ wants to have the whole squad over or throw a party that'll make the gossip columns for weeks. But here's where it gets really crazy. Jordan's got a full-sized basketball court in his house. I mean, of course he does. He's Michael freaking Jordan. Imagine waking up, grabbing your coffee, and then heading to your personal court to shoot some hoops. That's just a regular Tuesday for MJ. And if you thought that was impressive, wait till you hear about the pool. This thing is so massive it makes Olympic pools look like bathtubs. We're talking about a pool that's perfect for everything from morning laps to crazy pool parties. It's like having your own water park in your backyard. Now every king needs his throne room, right? Well, for Jordan, that's his cigar lounge. This guy loves his stogies so much he's got a whole room dedicated to them. It's probably got some fancy ventilation system too, so he can puff away without stinking up the rest of the house. But MJ ain't just about relaxing. He's got a gym in this place that'd make your local fitness center look like a high school weight room. We're talking top-of-the-line equipment, probably with some custom touches, because that's how Jordan rolls. And get this, there's even a guest house on the property. But this ain't no regular guest house, it's bigger than most people's main homes. So when Jordan says, "Mi casa es su casa," he really means it. To top it all off, the whole place is decked out with smart home tech. Lights, security, climate control, you name it, it's all at MJ's fingertips. It's like living in the future, but right now. 10. Jordan's $3 million car collection. Now let's shift gears and talk about Jordan's insane car collection. This isn't just any old garage. We're talking about a $3 million lineup of some of the most jaw-dropping rides you've ever seen. MJ's got a taste for speed and luxury, and his car collection proves it. Let's start with the Aston Martin DB9 Volante. This beauty ain't just pretty, it's packing 470 horsepower under the hood. It can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per h in just 4.7 seconds. When it first came out, this car was worth around $200,000. That's more than most people's houses. But MJ didn't stop there. He's also got a Ferrari 512 TR in his collection. This classic sports car is known for its killer performance and sleek design. It's the kind of ride that turns heads wherever it goes. Jordan's got a thing for Porsches too. He owns a special edition Porsche 911 that's not just any old 911. This car is so iconic that it actually inspired the design of the Air Jordan 6 sneakers. Talk about bringing your work home with you. But the real showstopper in Jordan's garage, that'd be his Bugatti Veyron Sang Noir. This isn't just a rare car, it's one of only 12 ever made. MJ's been spotted cruising around in this beast, probably giving other drivers whiplash as they try to get a good look. If you thought that was impressive, wait till you hear about his Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren 722 edition. This isn't your average Mercedes. It's a custom job with a souped-up engine that puts out 641 horsepower. When it first hit the market, this car was going for about $500,000. But now, used ones can sell for over $1.2 million. Talk about an investment. Some of the cars in Jordan's collection are so rare and valuable that they're basically considered art on wheels. It's like having a museum in your garage, except these masterpieces can go from 0 to 60 in seconds flat. You might think maintaining a collection like this would be a nightmare, but MJ's got it covered. He's got a whole team of mechanics whose job is to keep these beauties in tip-top shape. They make sure every engine purrs like a kitten and every paint job gleams like it just rolled off the showroom floor. 9. Jordan's $2.80 million watch collection. You thought MJ's car collection was wild? Wait till you see what's on his wrist. Jordan's got a watch collection that's worth more than most people make in their entire lives. We're talking about timepieces that add up to over $2.8 million. Yeah, you heard that right. This man's watches are worth more than some people's houses. Let's break it down. Jordan's got this crazy Urwerk Ur 202 that looks like it came straight out of Star Trek. It's got this weird design that's all futuristic and stuff. But that ain't even the craziest part. He's also got a Roger Dubuis Excalibur Spider Pirelli that's worth 6 figures. Like, imagine dropping the price of a nice house on something you wear on your wrist. But hold up, because it gets even crazier. Jordan's rocking a Richard Mille RM032 that costs more than a Lamborghini. You could literally choose between a supercar or a watch, and MJ was like, nah, I'll take the watch. That's some next-level rich people stuff right there. And if you thought that was wild, get this. Jordan's been seen wearing a Rolex Daytona Rainbow. This thing is covered in colored sapphires. It's like wearing a whole jewelry store on your wrist. But MJ ain't stopping there. He's even got a custom Jordan brand watch made by Ulysses Nardin. Because when you're Michael Jordan, why not have a watch with your own brand on it, right? Now, some of these watches are so rare that there's only a handful of them in the whole world. We're talking about timepieces that are harder to get than courtside seats at an NBA Finals game. And you know MJ's taking good care of these babies. He's got a special safe just to store all these crazy expensive watches. That's how you know they're worth some serious cash. This insane watch collection just proves that MJ's always on time and always in style. But it's more than just showing off. These watches are like little trophies on his wrist, reminding everyone that he's not just the GOAT on the court, but in the luxury game too. 8. Jordan's $5 million wedding. Yo, remember when we talked about MJ's crazy watch collection? Well, that's just the warm-up. Let's talk about how Jordan balls out when it comes to love. Back in 2013, MJ dropped a cool $5 million on his wedding to Yvette Prieto. That's right, $5 million for one day. But when you're Michael Jordan, you don't do anything halfway. So check this out. They rented the biggest church in Palm Beach, Florida for the ceremony. 'Cause why not, right? But that's nothing compared to the reception. They had a tent that was 40,000 square feet. That ain't a tent, that's a whole mansion right there. Most people don't even live in houses that big. And you know MJ's got connections. Over 300 guests showed up, including Tiger Woods and Spike Lee. Imagine that guest list. It's like a who's who of sports and entertainment. But MJ didn't stop there. He had Usher and Robin Thicke perform live at the reception. That's some next-level entertainment. Now let's talk about the details. The wedding cake? 7 layers tall and all white, probably tasted like victory. And Yvette's dress? A custom Jaton couture gown covered in Swarovski crystals. That thing probably cost more than most people's cars. But here's the kicker. They had fireworks going off all night long. It's like the 4th of July, but for love. And to make sure everything was perfect, they hired Sharon Sachs, a celebrity wedding planner. This lady's planned weddings for Kim Kardashian and Jennifer Lopez, so you know she knows her stuff. This whole $5 million extravaganza just proves that when Michael Jordan commits to something, he goes all in. Whether it's on the court, in business, or in love, MJ doesn't know how to do anything small. It's like he's always trying to win a championship, even when it comes to getting married. 7. Jordan's $20 million donation to racial equality. Yo, you thought MJ was just about spending on himself? Think again. This dude's got a heart of gold and he's putting his money where his mouth is. In 2020, Jordan stepped up big time, pledging a whopping $100 million over 10 years to fight racial inequality. That's right, he's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk. But here's the kicker. Jordan ain't waiting around. He's already dropped $20 million of that pledge on organizations that are out there making a real difference. We're talking about groups that are fighting for social justice and changing lives. It's like Jordan's taking his game-winning shot mentality and applying it to making the world a better place. One of the big players getting Jordan's support is the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund. These folks are like the legal dream team for civil rights, and MJ's backing them up. But that's not all. Jordan's also showing love to the formerly incarcerated and convicted people and families movement. These guys are doing the hard work of helping people who've been through the system get back on their feet. And get this, part of Jordan's cash is going to Black Voters Matter. These are the folks working overtime to make sure everyone's voice is heard at the ballot box. It's like Jordan's assist game, but instead of setting up teammates for buckets, he's setting up communities for success. But Jordan ain't just throwing money at the problem. He's thinking smart, putting his billions to work in ways that can really shake things up. His donations are helping fund legal services for people who can't afford them. It's like he's giving a legal defense to folks who thought they were playing without a coach. And check this out. Jordan's also backing programs that help ex-offenders get back into society. It's like he's giving people a second chance at the game of life. This man knows what it's like to come back from setbacks, and now he's helping others do the same. Here's the real kicker though. This $20 million, it's just the warm-up. Remember, Jordan's committed to this for 10 whole years. He's playing the long game just like he did on the court. It's not about quick wins, it's about changing the whole damn system. 6. Jordan's $275 million investment in the Charlotte Hornets. Alright, let's talk about how Michael Jordan turned his basketball skills into some serious business moves. Remember when MJ was dominating the court? Well, he took that same energy and slam dunked it right into the world of NBA team ownership. Back in 2010, Jordan didn't just dip his toes in the water, he dove in head first. He dropped a cool $175 million to become the majority owner of the Charlotte Hornets. Yeah, you heard that right. The GOAT wasn't content with just owning a piece of a team. He wanted the whole pie. And guess what? He made history doing it, becoming the first former NBA player to own a majority stake in a team. But MJ didn't just sit back and watch the money roll in. Nah, he got his hands dirty. He's been all up in the team's business, making big calls on which players to sign and who should be coaching from the sidelines. It's like he's still playing the game, but now he's controlling all the pieces on the board. And get this, Jordan didn't stop at just buying the team. He's been pouring millions more into making the Hornets' home court and training facilities top-notch. It's like he's building his own basketball empire brick by brick. And now here's where it gets really crazy. Jordan's business smarts, they're just as sharp as his fadeaway jumper. The value of the Hornets has gone through the roof since he took over. We're talking serious gains here, like the kind of growth that would make Wall Street jealous. But here's the kicker. In 2023, Jordan decided to cash in his chips. He sold his majority stake in the Hornets for a reported $3 billion. Do the math, and you'll see that's a return of over 1,000% on his initial investment. Talk about a slam dunk in the business world. But don't think Jordan's completely out of the game. He's keeping a minority stake in the Hornets. It's like he's still got one foot in the door, watching over his investment and probably still dropping by to give some advice, or maybe challenge the rookies to a one-on-one. 5. Jordan's $100 million annual Nike deal. Alright, let's talk about the deal that's been keeping MJ's bank account in the stratosphere. We're talking about Jordan's Nike partnership, and trust me, this ain't your average sponsorship. So check this out. Jordan's been raking in around $100 million a year from Nike since 2015. That's not a typo, folks. We're talking 9 figures annually just from one company. And get this, that $100 mil is more than he made during his entire NBA career. Let that sink in for a second. But it's not like Nike's complaining. The Jordan brand is bringing in over $3 billion a year for them. It's like they've got their own mini economy going on. And Jordan, he's getting a sweet cut of every single Air Jordan sneaker and piece of apparel sold. Talk about passive income. Now you might be wondering how this whole thing started. Well, it all began back in 1984 when Jordan was just a rookie with big dreams and even bigger hops. Nike saw something special in him and offered him a deal worth $250,000 a year. That might not sound like much now, but back then it was a pretty big deal for a rookie. But here's where it gets crazy. Nike thought they'd sell about $3 million worth of Air Jordans in the first year. Guess what? They hit $70 million in just 2 months. 2 months. It's like they struck gold, but instead of a shiny metal, they found a guy who could fly. Fast forward to today and the Jumpman logo is everywhere. It's one of the most recognizable brands in the world. You see it on shoes, clothes, and probably on half the kids at your local basketball court. Nike's even got a whole building named after Jordan on their campus. That's how big this partnership is. Nope. But it's not just about the money or the brand recognition. This deal changed the game when it comes to athlete endorsements. Before MJ, nobody really thought a player could have this kind of impact off the court. Now every brand is looking for the next Michael Jordan, but there's only one, his airness. And here's the kicker. Jordan's getting a 5% royalty on every sale. Last year alone, that added up to about $330 million. That's more than most people will see in 10 lifetimes, and he's doing it every single year. 4. Jordan's $2 billion net worth. Yep. Yo, $330 million a year from Nike is insane, but that's just a drop in the bucket for MJ. His net worth hit $2 billion in 2023, making him the richest athlete ever. That's more than LeBron, Ronaldo, and Tiger combined. But how'd he stack up all that cash? It ain't just from dunking on fools. See, Jordan's made way more money off the court than he ever did playing ball. His NBA career only made him about $90 million total. That's chump change compared to what he's raking in now. His Jordan brand alone brings in over $3 billion a year for Nike, and MJ's getting a fat slice of that pie. But Jordan ain't just sitting on his Nike money. He's out here making big moves in the tech world too. He's got major investments in companies like DraftKings and Sportrader. These ain't just little side bets either. We're talking serious cash poured into these tech giants. And get this, Jordan's even got his fingers in America's favorite pastime. He owns a stake in the Miami Marlins baseball team. Talk about diversifying your portfolio. MJ's playing 4D chess with his investments while everyone else is playing checkers. Now let's talk about MJ's real estate game. This dude's got properties all over the country worth hundreds of millions. We're not just talking about a couple of nice houses. We're talking about a real estate empire that would make Donald Trump jealous. And don't even get me started on his car collection. That thing's worth over $3 million. Most people won't make that much in their entire lives, and Jordan's got it sitting in his garage. We're talking rare high-end vehicles that'll make any car enthusiast drool. Even when things don't go his way, Jordan's still balling out. His divorce settlement was reported to be $168 million. That's more than most blockbuster movies make at the box office. But for MJ, it's just another day at the office. So what's the secret to Jordan's insane financial success? It's the same thing that made him a legend on the court, his competitive nature. Jordan's not content with just being rich. He wants to be the richest. And he's bringing that same killer instinct from the basketball court into the boardroom. 3. Jordan's $3.50 billion sale of the Charlotte Hornets. Yo, you think owning an NBA team is baller? How about selling one for more than the GDP of some small countries? MJ just did that, and the craziest part, he's still got skin in the game. Jordan just pulled off one of the biggest deals in NBA history, selling his majority stake in the Charlotte Hornets for a whopping $3.5 billion. That's not just a lot of money, that's buy a small island nation kind of money. And get this, he bought the team for way less back in 2010. We're talking a return on investment that'd make Wall Street suits jealous. But MJ ain't just making bank, he's making history too. This deal made him the first black majority owner to sell an NBA franchise. That's huge, y'all. It's like Jordan's still breaking records, but now he's doing it in the boardroom instead of on the court. And now you might be thinking, okay, but Jordan's out of the game now, right? Nah, fam. He's keeping a minority stake in the team. It's like he's still got courtside seats, but now he's also got a fat bank account to go with it. This $3.5 billion sale is one of the largest in NBA history. And here's the kicker. The Hornets ain't even that good. They're not exactly the Golden State Warriors or the Los Angeles Lakers, but that didn't stop Jordan from turning this team into a goldmine. It's like Jordan looked at the NBA and said, watch this. The value of NBA teams has gone through the roof in recent years, and Jordan rode that wave all the way to the bank. He took a $275 million investment and turned it into billions. That's not just good business, that's Jordan-level business. The buyers of Jordan's stake were Rick Schnall and Gabe Plotkin. These dudes just bought themselves a piece of basketball history, and they're not just buying a team, they're buying into the Jordan legacy. This deal is like a slam dunk for the whole NBA. It shows just how valuable these teams have become. We're talking lucrative media deals, a growing global fan base, and the kind of money that makes other sports leagues green with envy. Experts are saying this sale could change the game for future NBA team sales. It's like Jordan setting the price tag for every other team owner out there. He's still influencing the game, just in a whole new way. 2. Jordan's $94 million DraftKings investment. Yo, you think Jordan's just about basketball and sneakers? Think again. This dude's making power moves in the tech world too, and one of them is worth nearly $100 million. MJ dropped a cool $94 mil on DraftKings back in 2020, and it's paying off big time. So what's DraftKings? It's this online sports betting company that's been blowing up lately. And Jordan didn't just throw money at him. He got himself a special advisor role too. That means he's got a say in how the company runs things. Smart move, MJ. But here's the crazy part. As soon as word got out that Jordan was investing, DraftKings stock price jumped up 12%. That's the kind of impact this guy has. People hear Michael Jordan and they're like, yeah, I'm in. His name alone brings mad credibility to the company. Since Jordan got involved, DraftKings has grown into a multi-billion-dollar company. And guess what? Jordan's stake has grown right along with it. The man knows how to pick winners on and off the court. This ain't just about making money though, it's about staying ahead of the game. Jordan's betting big on the future of online sports gambling. He sees where things are going and he's getting in early. That's how you turn millions into billions, folks. And let's be real, Jordan ain't just some random celebrity investor. He knows sports better than almost anyone. Having him on board is like having the ultimate sports expert giving you advice. That's got to be good for business. This $94 million tech investment proves Jordan's still making power plays long after he hung up his Jordans. He's not just sitting back and counting his sneaker money. Nah, he's out here shaping the future of how we experience sports. 1. Jordan's $3 billionaire Jordan empire. Yo, forget DraftKings, Jordan's real power play started way back in '84. One shoe that was supposed to make $3 mil ended up scoring $70 mil in 2 months. That was just the warm-up for what came next. See, Jordan ain't just counting sneaker money. He's building an empire that's bigger than basketball. We're talking billions here, and it all started with that one shoe that changed the game forever. Now, Air Jordan's got over 30 different models. That's right, 30. And some of these kicks are so rare, they're selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like you could buy a house or some Jordans. That's crazy, but it ain't just about the shoes no more. Jordan's got his name on clothes, gear, and even cologne. Yeah, you can smell like greatness too. And every single time someone buys something with that Jumpman logo, Jordan's getting paid. Speaking of that Jumpman, it's everywhere. Kids on the playground, pro ballers on the court, even your grandpa probably knows what it is. It's not just a logo, it's like a symbol of success. And success is what this brand's all about. It's bringing in over $3 billion a year for Nike. That's billion with a B. Jordan's getting a cut of all that, which is why he's still making more money now than he ever did playing ball. This ain't just some celebrity putting their name on stuff. Jordan and Nike changed the whole game when it comes to athlete endorsements. They showed how one player could turn a brand into a global phenomenon. It's wild to think how far it's come, from that first Air Jordan to now, where you got rappers name-dropping Jordans in their songs and people camping out for days just to cop the latest release.
And it's not slowing down. The Air Jordan empire keeps growing, with new designs and collabs dropping all the time. It's like Jordan's still out there dunking on everybody, but now he's doing it in the business world.